In this lesson, you will learn that papier-mâché, also known as French for chewed paper, is a composite material consisting of paper pieces or pulp, sometimes reinforced with textiles, bound with an adhesive, such as glue, starch, or wallpaper paste. And to achieve this, here are the following objectives. 1. Identify the process of papier-mâché. 2. Identify the different materials used for making a papier-mâché. 3. Distinguish the use of different materials in making a papier-mâché. And 4. Determine the use of papier-mâché in real life. I can understand the concepts of papier-mâché and identify the materials to be used in making it. For our art attack, let's connect, let's find out, let's see, know how, and wrap up.
Hello everyone! With our lesson for today, kindly observe the GIF on your screen and the pictures with papers. Today, we will find out how we can use papers for our activity. In the meantime, answer these following questions. Can you think of ways or activities that we can do with papers? What are these activities that you have in mind? What process will you do with the paper to make the activity you have thought of? You may write your answer on a paper. Let us find out if we have the same thought. But remember, there's no wrong answer here. Remember that creativity has no limits, and we have our own unique way to be creative. That's great! Papers can be used for making crafts, writing notes and letters, making drawings and designs, wrapping gifts and objects. What about you? What are the ways that you have thought about? Share your answer. But did you know that we can use papers to form or create three-dimensional objects? Let's find out what it is. Papers can turn into a three-dimensional object through the process of what we call papier-mâché. You might be thinking on why papier-mâché is spelled as such and how it is started. Its origin can be traced to hundreds of years ago in China. Its popularity spread to the nearby countries. Then, it reached the different parts of Europe. France was the first to practice it in the West and coined the term papier-mâché, meaning chewed paper, because it is repulped paper mixed with glue or paste. Here in the Philippines, we also embrace and love this paper craft. The most popular papier-mâché makers are in Paete, Laguna, and their works are mostly known as taka. After forming the horse, it is painted red and decorated with flowers, dots, and other details to make it an attractive toy for kids. Here are some examples of objects made from papier-mâché. Did you know that papier-mâché is also used to replicate an object? We call it replica. It is an exact or close copy or production of a work of art, and these are the objects that were replicated.
Now, let's find out what are the materials to be used. Take note that there are different ways on how to do a papier-mâché as well as the materials to be used. Remember, the materials to be used may vary depending on your design or what figure you will do. Be familiar with the common materials to be used in doing papier-mâché.
Newspapers or old papers. helps you form the figure and make it solid. You have to apply layers of papers on your figure to form it well and make it durable. Glue. This helps harden the papers you apply on your figure. If there's no glue available, others use paste or gao-gao, or sometimes we call it cornstarch. Although this can be spoiled, others prefer to use it because it hardens the figure well. Paintbrush. As you put the glue on the surface of your figure, this will help you to flatten the papers and its surface. You will be needing a container to mix the glue and water. Balloons. These are the common material that we may use in making a paper mache, but you may also use other alternative materials like plastic bottles or any used materials that you can recycle and form. Masking tape. This will help you to attach the important parts of the figure and to secure it. The sandpaper will help you smoothen the surface of the figure before coloring it. Paper tapes are sometimes used to harden the figure and to make the last layer smooth. This also helps in coloring your figure. Acrylic paint are best to use in coloring your paper mache. You may use other paint as long as it is water-based. Here are some other materials that you may use, but remember, it is best to use recycled materials.
Next meeting we will find out what are the process on making a paper mache. There are many ways on how to do it. Through paper mache, we can help reuse wasteful materials such as used papers by forming and reusing it as another useful material. We call this process as recycling. Recycling is very useful in most of our art activities. Remember, it is better to improvise than buying materials most of the time. Paper maches are used to replicate objects and recreate objects out of used papers as a way of recycling. This also helps in making useful objects around us without spending too much. These are also used to reimagine concepts in designing by making models or figures out of paper maches.